Hi, my name is JB Dixon, and it is February 20th, and this is the first thing we're going to be doing on the motor that I'm going to be fixing. We're going to be checking the compression. So first, we have to take the spark plugs off. Just get loosened, and then you should be able to take it off fairly easily. I'm going to have to take off one. Goes down there.
Inspect the spark plugs.
Hasn't been used in a while, so it's alright. Now that you have it screwed in, come over here. Let me just hold that. Give it a couple of pulls.
That's it.
So,
reading.
in the top cylinder, we have about 60. Alright, so now we put in the bottom cylinder to check the compression in the bottom cylinder.
Alright.
So the bottom cylinder is about the same, which is good because that means you have even compression. Let me give it one more pull. Went up a little bit, so so it's about 70, which is about even compression. So first we gotta take these bolts off to remove the carburetor, and we've already removed the starter here so that we have space. Now, while we're waiting for the carburetor to clean, as we have just taken it apart, we're going to take the gear case off and change the water pump and service the gear case. Now that we've removed these 4 bolts right here, you're going to be able to remove the top housing. But before we did that, we wiped off some of the grease that was on here, and we took the roll pin out so that we can remove it just like that. And this is where our impeller is. Difficult to get out sometimes. Okay, so now that we've gotten the impeller out, this is just a small impeller. These fins should be straight though, but they start to bend after time, but we're gonna put a fresh straight one in there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put some gasket sealer onto the gasket right here. So we're just gonna paint both sides.
Put it down and put it down.
Put the wear plate up. We're gonna put the wear plate right here, and so it's stamped and it says up, and you want that facing you. We'll slide this into the place where the holes are, and then now you're gonna put the gasket on, and I've coated it in gasket sealer on both sides. Okay, so now we're just gonna put a little grease on here, just to help slide everything else on nice. So now we're gonna take the impeller, and that notch right there needs to line up with this key.
Show how straight the fins are.
And this new fin, compared to the old fin, is gonna be substantially better, and it's gonna pump a lot more water. Because these fins, the straighter they are, the more that they pump. So now we're just gonna slide this on. make sure to align it and then align the notch with the key. And just gonna slide it into place like that. Okay. So now we're gonna put the housing on. We put a little bit of grease on the inside to help the impeller spin better. And then we're just gonna slide this on, make sure it goes onto the rod. And then there's a little rod that you're gonna align. Just gonna kind of, okay, so now we're gonna put a little bit more gasket sealer, just rub a little bit. You don't need much onto the screw, so that just helps the screw stays in place. Align, make sure that you've aligned the housing. Realign the housing. Just gonna tighten all the bolts down. You don't wanna do them all one at a time, all the way down. You just wanna slowly kind of do all of them until they're all down. So now we're gonna change the gear loop in the door unit. So first we're just gonna take this bolt off. So that.
Take top now.
So.
Take top.
Yeah, I know. So this is pouring out really slow. So what you do is you can take this top one out to let airflow in, and see now it's draining a lot quicker. So now it's got a solid stream. Alright, now we're just gonna put this in.
Okay.
Turn the pump, turn this, open this up.
Other way.
We're just gonna pump this. And now we wait. It's gonna pump in, and then when you're doing this, you want to have a bolt ready, because it's gonna pour out when it should be full. So now that it's flowing out,
shut the valve off. Shut the valve off.
Shut the valve. Shut the valve off, and then this part can be messy. Screw this in, and then now we're gonna screw this one in as well. So have your bolt ready. And unscrew this. And then you're just gonna put your bolt in, just like up there. Get that started. Take your screwdriver. So this has been, after we took apart the carburetor, this has been cleaning, and while this was cleaning, we serviced the lower unit, and so now we're going to take the carburetor out now that it's been cleaned.
Be careful, there's a little. Wow, good.
Now we'll clean all of these parts off, get any remaining junk that's been in it off. Now we're going to put the carburetor back together after it's been cleaned, and then we will put it in the motor. So now we've put the carburetor back on, started the bolts, and now we're just going to tighten these bolts in to place to hold the main two bolts to hold the carburetor in after we have cleaned it up. We took the starter out of place to make it a lot easier to put the bolts on. Yeah, and then after we tighten the bolts, we'll put the mixture pin, adjuster in, and just tighten these bolts down. And tighten this one. Hi, my name's JB Dixon. It is February 20th, and I'm going to be starting this 50-year-old 6-horse Evinrude for the first time. Let's see if it starts. Put it in start.
Sound like a kid. Killed it. It's not going to start now. You're going to pull it a couple times because you flooded it.